literally feel like I'm at a crossroads in my life. It was weird. One time, I was really struggling to figure out just life in general, of like the basic survival of how to pay bills, how to pay rent, how to get food in the fridge, how to buy a vehicle so I have a way to travel. And I think when you keep working on yourself and you keep working on your skills, and your skills get a little more valuable and people start paying you a little bit more for your time, also because of your experience and the things that you were able to do because you applied your knowledge to create results that to some people were spectacular. And now people want to work with you, and now people want to pay you for your time, and it gets a little bit easier. Life gets a little bit easier, but realizing that those challenges never stop, right? It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, a millionaire, if you're poor, those life challenges still happen. You still can get hurt. You can still get betrayed. You could still lose a friend, lose a loved one, get your heart broken. Argue with your kids, argue with your loved ones. A lot of those life challenges, they still hit you. And I feel like when you're working on yourself and you go through experience and you get the tools that you need, that when these life challenges come, the next time round it gets a little easier because now you have tools in place and you sharpen those tools. Those tools get better and you're able to get through those tough, challenging times. But that crossroads in my life is realizing to embrace those challenging times, to embrace heartache, to embrace pain, to embrace when you feel like crying, when you're depressed, when you're sad, to use that energy and transmute it into something good. For the first time in a long time, I'm taking that energy and I'm working out. I'm taking man, I don't feel good. How could I take this not feeling good and use it for motivation, use it for inspiration? And so working out has been a way that I'm taking that sadness, anger, depression, any type of what you would deem negative feeling, and using it as fuel to work out. And I'm finding that when I'm working out and it's painful, and I tell myself I don't want to do it, but I'm going to show up anyway. I'm going to work out when in my mind's telling me not to, just take a break. Who are you? You're not a person who works out. And doing it anyway, that I'm developing a discipline. And then this discipline, I feel like, is, even though I have it in different areas, it's something that I'm missing in order to ascend to a higher level. And it's helping me keep my mind strong, because my mind is telling me not to work out. My mind is telling me every excuse to not show up for myself, to sit in my sadness, sit in my depression, sit in anger, sit in all those things when it hits you, and not do the work. And so when I'm able to combat that little voice in my head and conquer that little voice in my head and show up for myself every single time, it's developing a discipline that I can use in every area of my life. And I'm realizing just turning it up a little bit like that I'm already feeling the results. I'm seeing the results in my life. And I want to hit a new income level. I've been stuck at the same income level now for maybe 3 years, and I'm ready to ascend. I'm ready to get to another income level. I'm ready to get to another physical level. Kind of had this dad belly on me for a long time, this dad bod, and it's not getting easier being 40 plus, to lose the weight like I did when I was 20. And so with it not being easier, realizing I got to work harder. I got to show up for myself even more than I did when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s. And just wishing that I already had that habit long before I got to this point. And I know I heard some stories where people wait to extremes to change. They wait till they go bankrupt before they learn finances. They learn They wait for a heart attack to realize, you know what, I'm gonna start going for walks daily. I'm gonna change my lifestyle. They worry about, they wait for a breakup and a divorce before they start realizing, I gotta work on my relationships. I gotta work on my communication. And just knowing that now, to develop these daily habits, to show up every day for myself. To show up for myself means showing up for my family. Showing up for myself means showing up for the people I care about. Showing up for myself means being able to take care of everyone that I love, because if I'm good, I'm able to produce the things that I need to produce in order to take care of everyone. But not only just financially, but be better at communication, be better at relationships, be better at my physicality and my fitness, so I could play with my kids. The other day I played with little toy cars with my baby boy, and I was puckered out. I was tired, and he wanted to go. We're an hour in, and he wanted to keep playing, and we were at a swimming pool, and he wanted to keep swimming. And we got to about an hour and a half, and I was spent. I was tired. I couldn't keep up with him, and I realized I need to take that responsibility. I need to take that accountability for myself to get into the best shape of my life that I could right now, with whatever I'm working with my knowledge, with my resources, with the people I have. Make a video like this so I have accountability, so people could be like, I remember when you made that video and you said you're gonna work out, look at you now, you're still fat. And to show up like that, to be able to speak it into existence, to speak it out into the world. And I realize that whenever I say something, I need to be that person that follows through to the very end, because if I can't do that for the words that I tell myself, for the words and conversation to myself, then I'm that type of person that cannot be trusted, because I can't even keep a promise to myself. And if I can't keep a promise to myself, how am I going to keep a promise to everybody else whenever they need me, right? And my word to me is so important. My word to me is so important that if I'm going to say I'm going to show up for you, I'm going to show up for you. And if I say I'm going to do something for you, I'm going to follow through to the very end until I do it. And to have that type of integrity in my character, and to learn how to cultivate that, and to have that responsibility, that accountability, and that discipline to show up, especially when times are hard, especially when times are tough, and to develop this mindset that's so rock solid, that because I realize life happens to all of us, and we can't take 3 months off, to sit in our sorrows and let it all wither away. And that's the challenge of life, is to keep showing up. But I want to show up in a way where I'm feeling healthier, I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling smarter, I'm feeling like I'm growing as a person, because I feel like if you're not growing, you're dying. And that growth as a human, the byproducts of that is peace. The byproducts of that is happiness. The byproducts of that is to feel good. And that's my life philosophy right now. That's where I'm at, and I decided I wanted to record this and just share it with everybody, and hopefully that gave you some sort of value to take on whatever challenges you're going through.